Hi, this is an exam revision video to support Stage 2, Unit 7. In this unit, we did grammar, we did past simple, we did was, were, and we did regular and irregular verbs. For vocabulary, we did life events and some past time phrases. So, for was, were, for I, we say I was late yesterday. So yesterday shows it was in the past. For you, we don't say was, we say were. You were late yesterday. For negative, we say I wasn't and you weren't late yesterday. For questions, like in the continuous, we move the auxiliary first. Was I late yesterday? Were you late yesterday? And the answer is yes, I was. Yes, you were. No, I wasn't. No, you weren't. Of course, we have other subjects. So we have he, she, it is also was. We and they is were. And the same in the others. So that's past simple, was, were. Life events vocabulary. So things that happen all the way through our lives. Here are the words that came in the book. You get a job. You meet someone. You have children. Start school. Get married. Leave school. I don't think these are in the order. Start a business. Notice the spelling of business. Go to university. You might move to a different city or you might move to a different country. Study maths. Obviously we can change maths for engineering, EHS, whatever. Notice the subject has a capital. And when you finish studies, you graduate from university. All in red here, these are the verbs. So when you talk about them in the past, the present, or the future, these are the verbs that you change. Now, more past, we're talking about regular verbs. Was, that we talked about before, this is an irregular verb, but it's a bit different. Regular verbs for the past, we would say, I walked to school yesterday. We change walk and we add ed. I walked to school yesterday. For the negative, we don't use ed. We say, I didn't walk to school yesterday. So we take away the ed, we put it in did, and we say not for negative. For the questions, again we bring the auxiliary did to the start. Did you walk to school yesterday? The answers, yes I did, no I didn't. Now I is an example, but we have other subjects like he, she, it. They all use the same. That's the one easy thing about the past, that they don't change. Unlike in was, where we changed for you, in past simple we keep the same for you. And he, she, it, we, they. Note, when a verb ends in y, like study, the spelling, the sound is the same. I studied maths in school. But the y becomes an I when we write it. When the verb ends in e, we just add a d. We don't put two e's. I loved my pet cat. And when the verb, when the verb has a consonant, then a vowel, then a consonant, we double the consonant at the end. So here we have stopped my car. I stopped my car at the signal. Now, the very difficult one that everyone finds hard, irregular verbs. Like I said, was is an irregular verb, but most irregular verbs are a little differently. Regular just means ed. Irregular means it's not ed. So here we have get, and the past is got. I got a new phone yesterday. For the negative, same like didn't walk, we don't have ed. We don't use got. We say, I didn't get a new phone yesterday. Question, did you get a new phone yesterday? So the problem is these gots. You have to learn the irregular past simple verbs. There's no other way. You just have to remember them. Some of them have kind of rules, but you just need to read this page in the book and then remember the verbs. So some of them, like drive, sing, and know, we just change the vowel. Drove, sang, knew. For some of them, we change the consonants. We change the letters that come at the end of the word. So for buy, bought, think, thought, make, made. These ones are quite strange with their spelling, but you have to learn them. Some of them sound like ed, but they don't spell with ed, like this one. Pay, the past is paid, but we spell it with an I. Learned, we spell with a T, learnt. And then there are some, I'm sorry, there's just no rule. We can't explain why they go like that. Go, the past, went. And put doesn't even change. It's still put. Some past time phrases. So, when we're talking about a month, we have in, on, from, to, and these other ones here. So in we use for a month. In July. I went to Germany in July. For a day, we use on. I went to the mall on Saturday. You don't have to, we know this is in the past. When you're talking about a time of the day, or between days, but times, I went to the mall from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. There's other ones like these. Yesterday, last night, this morning, which we just use these. We don't say when it's the day before, we can just say yesterday. I went to the cinema yesterday. Ago. This is a word that many people like to use before, but the actual word is ago. I went to Hajj 5 years ago. We don't say before. And we can also use when, I went to Elaine's Zoo when I was a child. So you can change the I was a child, but we use when before that. So to finish, here's some examples of all of these things together. I got a job last year. I worked for my father in Dubai. It was difficult because we were at work from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I made a lot of friends, but I didn't make a lot of money. So everything that we've learned in this unit appears in this little paragraph. Got, irregular. Last year, past time phrase. Worked, ed. It was difficult because it's it. We were, with we. From and to for the times. I made, so another irregular. And didn't make because it's a negative. Okay, thank you.